beating the sleep deprivation. That's always a miserable bitch, because the mistakes you make only compound with sleep deprivation.
We full-heartedly decided to take on a 72-hour race. It's called the C2C. It's put on by Warrior Adventure Racing. It's supposed to be around 340 miles. It's a multi-discipline race.
They give you kind of an idea of where it's going to end and begin, but you don't really know until you get there exactly what the route is going to be. So it's multi-terrain, it's trails, it's sand, it's hardball, which roads.
After I got done with all my initial training, I ended up in the 160th, and that's where I did my 12 years active duty, and with them I did several deployments to Iraq and Afghanistan. And then I got out, I had a little break in service and did about 3 years in the Guard out in Colorado.
So I joined the Army in June of 2001, so I was a pre-9/11 guy. Was served in the same unit, the 160th, for 20 years. Retired as an Operations Sergeant Major. Multiple deployments to Afghanistan, Iraq, and some other places.
My time in service was awesome. I think it was a lot of work. It was a lot of long days. It was a lot of stuff. But I think I wouldn't change any of that for anything at this point. It was pretty awesome. My transition was terrible. I was already on plan like E before I went on terminal leave, so I was already through the 4 backup plans that I had before I even stepped out the door.
So as a Sergeant Major, a large portion of what I did at Regiment was to help guide and mentor folks getting out of the military, kind of push them in the right direction. I gave a lot of advice, but didn't heed any of it. So that was my biggest downfall. So much of my journey and who I was tied to service. And once that's gone, I spent so much time trying to figure out, so now who am I, right? Where I go from here. Now that I'm on the other side, make sure you've got a better plan than that. And most of that comes with community, making sure you've got people that have either been through the same thing, have the same service, same stories, that you can conversate with and communicate with, that can remind you you're more than just a service member.
In the last 20 years, more veterans have killed themselves than those who were killed in action during the global war on terror in Iraq and Afghanistan. I personally have had 25 men from my unit and 8 friends end their own lives. And I think that Guardian Revival is in a position to help the veteran and first responder community through their programs by engaging them with activities that might not be as accepted within the demographic of people that they come from. And it's engaging in such a way that the veteran or the first responder who participates has the opportunity to see that there is a life beyond the uniform.
To me, it feels pretty wild. Guardian Revival took the chance on all 3 of us to say, hey, we want you guys to represent us. For me, it's a big deal. Like, I never in a million years would I have thought that somebody wanted me to partner with them to kind of get the word out about what they're doing.
So yeah, you're absolutely gonna remember that when you wanna slow back a little bit, or you wanna rest. Yeah, I'm gonna be thinking about that. And now's not the time to let off the gas and to push through.